Sup guys, over here. In this video we're going to be doing activities on Scroll Testnet to become eligible for potential airdrop in the future or maybe some other benefits. This is an updated version. Initially I did the video on Scroll, I think a couple months ago probably, and then I did some updates. So in this video we're going to compile activities that are more depths that launched on Scroll recently. The one difference here is going to be that we're not gonna deploy smart contract on chain. Honestly, at this point I feel like it's a bit redundant. If you still want to do that, I will link an initial video in description as well with the timestamp, and you can follow it and deploy smart contract, and also check the contracts themselves, because the contracts in that video, they're not mine. And as usual, all links for this video is gonna be in description too, but follow at your own risk. And before we start doing activities, I want to talk a little bit about the state of Scroll chain. There recently has been information that Scroll Mainnet will launch in August, and this is based off the text in the proposal on the AAVE governance forum, but there have been no official information from the team on that front, so I'm personally treating that as speculation. It's possible that it's going to be in August if this testnet is the last testnet. I personally don't care too much, because couple months earlier, couple months later, in the grand scheme of things of L2s, doesn't make much difference. Because if we assume that they're gonna launch the token, and we'll look at the previous L2s and when they launched the token, like Arbitrum, very deep into the mainnet and launch it. I think it was like a year and a half or something. Then we got ZKSynth now. It has been 3 months and probably gonna be some more months before we start getting this hype about the token launch, because L2s need time on the mainnet before they start deploying the token, and so most likely most of the activities that's gonna be taken account for the potential airdrop, if that's gonna happen, they're gonna be measured on the mainnet. Some activities on the testnet that's definitely gonna help you. You can get potential benefits from different applications. When you can get benefits when people just airdrop in like a meme coins or something for the previous users on the chain. So for me personally, strategy remains the same, just doing transactions from time to time on different applications. And now let's go do that. And in terms of requirements, all you need is some girly ETH. As usual, you can get it from the faucets or buy it at Testnet Bridge. If you don't have Scroll Alpha Testnet in MetaMask, you can also add this here. Then if you go to the bridge, we need to bridge some ETH from girly to Scroll. So this is the native bridge, and there are several more bridges that you can use. I recommend using Orbiter at least once, and then Pheasant Network at least once, but this is completely optional. To be honest, I don't think it makes much difference. So bridging through other bridges, it's completely up to you. I'm just gonna bridge. Man, can't bridge much on the Orbiter, just a very small amount. I will still send it. And then Pheasant, we're in Testnet. Are we on girly? Okay, should be on girly. Select Scroll here. How much can I bridge? Okay, it's still limited to 0.1, sadly. So as you can see, can't bridge much through other bridges. So it's been around 4 minutes. The Orbiter and Pheasant arrived really fast, within like 1 minute. And the native bridge is still haven't arrived. Now it shows success on L1 and pending on L2. And around 1 more minute later, it actually arrived. So in total, it was around 5 minutes for the native bridge. And now we can go do transactions on the applications. The first one is going to be Sync Swap. Here we need to connect the wallet and select Scroll Alpha. There is a faucet here for a bunch of tokens that you can use within this DEX. This faucet is one-time use only, and you will get stuff like AAVE, USDT, Frax. Here, as usual, we're just gonna do some swaps and provide liquidity. Nice, confirmed. Now let's go to pools, positions. We can create new position, or if you have a new position, you can use that one, add or remove. USDT, I'll use this one. Enter pool. And we need to click my position and deposit now. I'll just do 100,000 of these. And click proportional and deposit. There you go. Now if you go to my position, we see that there is something here and we can actually withdraw, and I withdraw half of that. Balanced. Need to permit LP token, and then we can withdraw liquidity. Transactions within DEXs are very similar in terms of like swapping, providing liquidity. There you go. For the second DEX, we have Easy Swap from iZUMi Finance, and we actually have the campaign on Galaxy. We need to do the swap, use limit order, and add liquidity, and then we can claim 3 OATs with the gas covered. So we go on to Easy Swap on scroll. Need to connect the wallet. Then click in Go Trade. I'll do ETH to USDT. Make sure you're on scroll testnet here. Gas is so low. I hope it's not gonna fail. Well, it's actually confirmed. Then we need limit order. For this one, you need to put the amount of ETH or the token that you are swapping. And then for the price, you can just copy what you see here. Never mind, I'm just being stupid. You can just click market price here and then click add. I thought it's not a button initially. Okay, also successful. And now we need to add liquidity. Selecting token. I'll do ETH and USDT. Need to select fee tier here. And then choose the amount, and you can play with the options here too if you want. Just approve USDT. And then we can actually provide liquidity. All right. And we should be done. Now these tasks are obviously manually verifiable. You won't be able to auto verify that. And it's saying that on-chain snapshots are taken every 48 hours, so we have to wait a little bit. As for this campaign, it's active until the end of June, and then you can claim for additional week. And the last DEX is going to be Zada Finance. Here, as always, we connect the wallet. Make sure you're on Scroll Alpha, but I think they're not supporting any other chains for now. You can get their testnet tokens, you need to retweet. I'll try to swap some ETH to ZDA. And then gonna provide liquidity for this pair as well. Now we can go to pools, add liquidity, select tokens. Same drill as always. DEXs are really boring, to be honest, when you're just doing transactions for the sake of doing transactions. It's like the same stuff, just... Okay, this has been confirmed. Now I'll go ahead and remove liquidity. Yeah, in pools, you can click remove here and remove some of that. For some reason, button is not active. Well, it says receive. Oh, there you go. It just took some time to load. You can also receive wrapped ETH instead of normal ETH. Okay. Same as last time. The problem here, you need to click the arrow here in order to be able to sign. Now we can remove, confirm, close. Next we're gonna go to ZKEX. This is the Orderbook-Dex. Again, here we connect the wallet. Need to sign some messages for this one. Make sure you're on Scroll Alpha testnet. There are a bunch of different testnets here. So first you need to deposit funds from your wallet to the vault. If you want to deposit, you can do wrapped ETH or USDC. Alternatively, there is a button, Get Testnet Tokens, and you can click. For example, you can use wrapped ETH. I already did that. Prior to that, I'm not sure if I'll be able to claim more. Not the captures, come on. Tokens can only be claimed every 24 hours, yeah. But it should work fine for you if you haven't claimed yet. And when you do that, you need to wait a little bit, like a minute or so, and they will be deposited in the vault. So you don't have to use deposit function. I got my wrapped ETH. If I click withdraw now, it should actually be here. Yes, as you can see, $4.99. I can withdraw, meaning this wrapped ETH is in the vault. And we can actually go ahead and trade. So here what we need to do, have wrapped ETH USD pair. Here you click market, then input the amount. You can just use percentages. Oh wait, I can't buy, I can only sell because I got wrapped ETH. So for me, here I'll do sell, market order, 25% of the amount I have in the vault. And I click sell. And let's see if that actually works. Says order submitted. Okay, I see it now. Status is filled. And if you go to trade history, you can click here and open that in Explorer. Now, as you can see, we got some USDs that we got from swapping ETH. And I will try to buy ETH now. Again, market. If I do 100%, is using all my USDs to buy ETH. Well, wrapped ETH. Okay, order submitted, order history, it's also filled. And we should see transaction ID here soon. And also what we can do here, we can do depositing and withdrawing transactions. I will go ahead and withdraw some of the wrapped ETH. Select a network. I will do 0.1 and go ahead and withdraw. Sign in, success. So that's pretty much all the functionality as far as I understand. So we're done with the DEXs, and now let's move to AAVE. That's lending and borrowing protocol. Again, make sure that you're on Scroll Alpha, you can select it here. And we can go to the faucet and get ourselves some testnet tokens. I'll do DAI, for example. Okay, all done. Now we can go back to the dashboard. Now there is DAI here, and we can supply the assets. Need to approve. The functionality here is pretty similar. You either supplying the assets or you borrowing the assets. So these are just two types of transactions, and then if you supplying, you can withdraw, and if you're borrowing, then you can repay back. So there are technically 4 types of transactions here. Okay, close. Now I'll withdraw a little bit. Okay, and now let's borrow something. Let's do USDC. I'll just do 100, and then we're gonna repay that back. As you can see, there is a button repay, and you can just go ahead and repay. It says I don't have enough funds. Interesting. But it allows me to actually proceed with the transaction. Okay, all done. Next application is zkSynth. It's for synthetic assets. Let's try Testnet. This one I haven't seen prior, so I don't know what exactly to do here. Here, first of all, in this menu, select crypto markets. Then if we go to Ethereum, for example, you can click use faucets, and you can mint some of stable coins. I'll just do USDC. Mint successful. Now we can go back to the dashboard. And now we have 100 USDC in the wallet. We click on it and we can provide it. I assume this is like a collateral. If it's not letting you sign, click on the arrow. We can go ahead and deposit. Okay, it's been done. So now our collateral is 100 and we can go ahead and borrow. We can borrow 80 USD. Instead of borrowing and repaying, it says minting and burning. So effectively minting synthetics. Okay, and now we should be able to swap some of these into other tokens, for example. Let's do BTC. We can swap that. Confirm. Okay, now what? Bitcoin. Can we burn? Yeah, we can burn. Okay. Let's burn. Okay, we're done. We already minted, we burned, we swapped, we provided collateral. Can we withdraw collateral now? Okay, let's withdraw, and this is gonna be the last transaction. I think we've done all here. And lastly, we're gonna interact with the NFT Marketplace. This one is gonna be Zonic. And we already did transactions on it for Linear Week 3. And here we can click Explore NFTs. And make sure that you unscroll. And we can click NFTs. If you just want something cheap, you can click NFTs. And then here select lowest price. And you'll be able to see the cheapest. Let's just buy something. This ape, for example. Purchase. Looks to be completed. Oh, cool. It detects NFTs on different chains on testnets. This base builder NFT, for example. Okay, here you also need to select scroll if you want to sell something. Buying transaction has been confirmed, by the way. This is the Guardian from Scroll Guardians game. I'll just sell this one. Low price is 0.15. List. Okay, now it has been listed. If you want, you can play a little more with the marketplace, buying more, selling more. Now we're done with transactions, and now let's talk about socials a little bit. In general, I would recommend join at least the Discord for all of these projects. Some of the projects also have Zilli campaigns like Zada Finance, Pheasant. Definitely pay attention to Zonic Marketplace because it's operational on so many L2s. They also have a decent funding, but ultimately it comes down to whether or not you want to spend some time keeping an eye on the dApps on the ecosystem or just doing the bare minimum on chain for the scroll itself. It's completely up to you, but again, all links for Discords and Zillies of these projects. They're gonna be in description. And moving forward with the scroll strategy, I'll probably start doing periodic updates, similar to what I'm doing now for Say. And then when Mainnet comes, obviously we'll adjust the strategy, see what applications gonna be available at the start of the mainnet. That's all I wanted to cover in this video. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them down below. If you found the video helpful, please smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time.